Hi, my name is Jenny and I'm figuring out my 40s here on YouTube. I had just had a long day at the Florida State Fair. I took a shower, got a little cleaned up, and now I'm ready to talk to you about the food at the fair. Are you ready? It's going to be great. We're going to see a food eating contest. We're going to see all the different booths with different kinds of food. Stay tuned and we'll talk again in a second. When you get into the fair, you're given one of these little booklets, and it has all the attractions. It has times and dates of different things going on, must-see events. And there's also this spread. This is my favorite spread. This spread focuses on food. It's the foodie tour, and it has 27 different new foods to check out that the fair organizers think are most important. But there's some foods here that look really interesting, like the Southern Comfort funnel cake slathered with Southern sausage gravy. I mean, it sounds good, but I don't know, I just can't do it. Then there's the campfire burger, which from the picture, it's a hot dog, baked beans, bacon, probably like a crafted cheese, and of course the burger patty. I don't know, I just can't do it. It's too much. I don't eat hot dogs either, so I don't know. But there were some things on here that really caught my eye. Like well, we'll see them in the we'll actually go through a bunch of them, because now when I went through the gate, the gentleman who gave me the flyer was really nice. So I asked him what foods he liked. What did he want to suggest? And he suggested devil crab. I mean, the guy swore by it, and if you're gonna get it, this is your thing. He did suggest getting it with hot sauce. He said, make sure you put the hot sauce on it. So it's worth a try. The guy in front of me in line, he wanted 2 of them, but they've got cookies, they've got cinnamon rolls, they've got, like I just said, the strawberries. These are from Plant City, I believe. Last year they had a lot more strawberries on the counter. So one thing to note is I did go on a Monday, and so some of the stalls, if I show them the food, probably isn't going to look as amazing as it'll look on like a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Not many people go to the fair on a Monday during the day, right? Like most people go to work on a Monday. And I got there about 2 o'clock, just in time to see the food eating contest. The fair has a daily food eating contest. The day before I went, yesterday, was for donuts. I do wish that I went, but that was a Sunday, and so my ticket wasn't valid on a Sunday, but it was for like the really good donuts that we're going to show in a second. Monday was the corn dog eating contest. We're going to watch a couple clips of this, but essentially what it is people sign up ahead of time. It's free, and you're given food to eat and a time limit. And for this contest, they were given 5 minutes to eat 2 18-inch corn dogs. I mean, 18 inches. I saw them in person. They are big. And if you eat, it's not an all-you-can-eat contest. It's an eat what they give you. Whoever finishes first wins, or whoever has eaten the most in the time limit. Well, you'll see. You'll see.
The Florida State Fair's 5th annual Super Dog Chowdown eating contest. This contest is not measured in hot dogs eaten, but in inches ingested. 5 minutes?
It's 5 minutes on the clock for these guys to eat these.
And the winner is basically the strongest of will and the strongest of belly. 2, 1, chowdown! Look at him go! Oh, this guy's ripping. This guy's got the ripping grip. Already drinking water. He knows what it's at. You gotta wet the bread.
Look at that.
Look at this. Look at this. This is not his first rodeo.
Oh, we got them dancing. Woo! Are you using the ketchup? Is anyone else using the sauce?
Divide and conquer. Yeah!
42 seconds.
LeBron, Jalen.
Wow, I did not see that coming. I think that guy was even like last to join. So that was the midway stage. Right next to the midway stage is the beer tent. And at the beer tent, you can get a mix of different kinds of beers and harder liquors. They'll make mixed drinks for you, but there's also an apple cider on tap. Actually, there's a bunch of apple ciders on tap. And they offered a flight of 4 different flavored apple cider drinks. And I think it was like $21. Thank you.
Enjoy.
These apple cider drinks were they were really sweet and they were flavored really strong. The flavors were funnel cake, cotton candy, candy apple, and churro. The churro one had some really nice cinnamon flavor, like a churro, like a sweet cinnamon. That one, I would probably just get that one. I'm more of like a minimalist and I really just like apple cider or just the drink. And I don't know, you should try it though. You know, you only live once, right? YOLO. A little bit of alcohol, went on the Ferris wheel, went around a couple times. First up for food, my favorite place at the fair is Peachy's. They've got these great donuts. They make them there in the truck. And this year they have a new donut. It's the Bavarian cream with a chocolate covering. Peachy's, their donuts are like light and fluffy. There's always a line at this place. They're always making more donuts. For their regular donuts, it's 1 for $5, 3 for $12. And then the Bavarian one was $8. And if you get a dozen of their donuts, it's $40. I did see somebody buy 2 donuts. The woman working at the counter said, "Don't you want to get a third one for $12?" And I'm thinking, yeah, you could give it to me if you want. And they're like, no, 2 is enough. And again, like, in what world is 2 enough? I really do like their breading. It's just a good donut. And here they had a really, really nice, rich and flavorful Bavarian cream, which is like a vanilla custard essentially. And it was piped in there. It was full. You know, sometimes if they pipe in a flavor, you know, it doesn't fill up the whole way, or it's, especially if people are making a lot of them at a time and they're not careful. No, they're careful and they fill it up. It was very, very good. Definitely worth $8. So most of the vendors with food are along this long street that stretches from like the Midway area back down to the Ferris wheel area. If you're looking for food, this is the stretch where the food is. The hot dogs, hamburgers, french fries, pizza, turkey legs. And something that's really popular, I think it became really popular a couple years ago, now it's become a staple, are these fresh fried potato chips. They're a spiral cut potato, and then the vendors fry them and put stuff on top of them. So they have cheese steak chips, they have a barbecue chicken, a buffalo chicken, chicken bacon ranch, I think that's a jalapeno, bacon jalapeno. There's a whole bunch, and there's even more vendors that have these with all different kinds of combinations. So let's go look at the more like the meal vendors. A bourbon chicken kebab. Oh, Ralph is sleeping. I mean, I was gone all day. I don't know what else they did today but sleep, but he's still sleeping. This place, they put the chicken kebabs on a platter of a yellow rice, mushrooms, a vegetable medley. You can get, I think last year what I did is I just got the vegetables, and yeah, really, really delicious. You don't have to get the meat. I'm going blind. I'm becoming an old person where I'm going to start going like that. Right. Bourbon chicken, just the stick. Okay, just the stick was $14. Put it in a pita, $17. If you get the platter, it's $18. Oh, the veggie dinner, I guess they're still doing that, $15. It tasted really good last year. At least the vegetables did. And I wish people would have tofu. I wish vendors would have tofu. I asked all around for who had tofu. Nobody had tofu. Oh well. But it would be cool like to have skewers with like the barbecue sauce. If anyone's watching, just like skewers with vegetables and then put your sauce on that, right? Because vegetarians still like to, even like pseudo-vegetarians, we like to eat stuff that has flavor. It doesn't have to have meat. Another vendor that I think stands out is this seafood vendor, the Cajun Creole grilled fried seafood. The food here smells delicious. Look at all these vegetables. I mean, it's squash and it's broccoli and carrots, and it looks like, I think in that tray is fish. You've got the crawdads and shrimp and mussels, and maybe like those are, oh, that's a baby octopus. I mean, it looks really good, doesn't it? It looks like, and I swear when you walk by, it smells amazing. This year, I had my mind and stomach set on eating a hero. So this is Dimitri's Greek Hero Shop. And for the pita, they put onions, tomatoes, of course, the hero meat, and they load it with the yogurt sauce. Yum, yum, yum. You can get the meat on fries or on a pita. You can just get the fries. You can get a whole bunch of stuff here. They've got a really good selection, but it is pretty big. Yum, yum, yum. The meat, it's still juicy, it's still warm, it's still sizzling a little bit. One thing I like about Dimitri's is it's right on the water, and they have a seating area. And from here, I got to watch one of the shows that happens on the water. Not every vendor has seating areas, and you can only use a seating area if you've purchased food from that vendor. I guess you could sit down. They might chase you out if you didn't buy food from them. After a day of walking, it's nice to just kind of sit down, relax for a minute, check your phone. Yeah, Dimitri's has that. So other notable places to eat is this guy, this group. Actually, it's like 3 or 4 different booths that are all together. They have, I think, the same kitchen. And they have a build your own wrap and salad section. And I asked what their vegetarian options were, and he's like, well, I can do whatever you want. I have all these ingredients, make a salad, make a wrap. The world is your oyster, dear. They also can put all the vegetables on macaroni and cheese, because they also have macaroni and cheese. They do shrimp and lobster here. You can see they've got these really great platters. I mean, it just fills the container. I'm sure this is like a meal and a half. The guy told me that this cracked mac and cheese and the redneck mac and cheese, they're the most popular at this year's event. I just keep the glasses on. Boardwalk noodles. They were there last year, and I think probably other years. They're also the sponsor of tomorrow's food eating contest. Noodles, love a noodle, stir fried in a wok, and they gave me a show. Check this out.
Little bit. It's a big box.
Whoosh! They do rice bowls and noodle bowls, and they put steak, shrimp, and chicken, your choice, on top. They do not have tofu. If anybody had tofu, I thought they were gonna have tofu, but they don't. A vegan truck called Seasoned Green. They have different vegan sandwiches, and they've got a corn dog, a vegan buttermilk corn dog. They have a bang bang salad. They have a pretty good offering of different kinds of vegan foods. And there is one thing that I want to try. I think next year I'm going to give it a whirl. It's a black bean-tastic burger. This is a black bean burger, onion mushroom jam. How that sounds good. Cheese, like a vegan cheese, lettuce, remoulade sauce, and served with fries, fried okra, or a green salad for $18. I mean, it sounds really good. And I didn't ask if they make their own bean burgers or if they've bought it, but let's just think that they make their own until I confirm otherwise. They've got a funnel cake. I think the funnel cake is vegan because it's a vegan truck, so it has to be vegan, right? So if you need a vegan funnel cake because you're at the fair, Seasoned Greens has your funnel cake. Go check that out. So last but not least is our New York kitchen. There was another burger on the list called the Dad Bod. Another food blogger went to this location and he tried the Dad Bod and he said it was really, really good. So let me back up. The Dad Bod, it's a burger, but it's topped with pulled pork, and it's got cheese, and it has pieces of thick cut pork belly. I love pork belly. Pork belly is not easy to cook. You might think, yeah, it's all fat. It's easy to make dry. You gotta have a certain finesse to cook pork belly really, really well. You know, to the point where the fat is just so juicy and gelatinized, and it just kind of comes apart and melts in your mouth. Yeah, they do it. They do it right. And I was looking at their website before I went to the fair, and they've got a catering company, and the food looked really, really good. They do a lot of, like, again, tofu, so of course, you know, they got my vote. But they do tofus, they do curries, they've got like a really wide range of food on their catering menu. And I was like, you know what, I bet they cook with passion. And I'm looking at the picture now at the side of their truck, and it says, where creativity and passion meet bold flavors. Creativity, tick. Passion, tick. What was the other one? Good flavors? Yeah, bold flavors. Let's just see how bold these flavors are. Ooh, it's so pretty. The flavors of the pork came out. There's a really nice char on it, and it's still juicy and soft with that caramelized, gelatinized fat that just like breaks apart and melts in your mouth, just like pork belly's supposed to. On the list of places I wanted to go was to check out number 11. Fluffy's. They've got strawberry lemonade donut, and their donuts look like so much fun. We've got a Boston cream, banana cream pie, gummy bears, M&M's, Spider-Man, Oreos, maple, peanut butter and jelly. What else is on there? Oh, and Fruity Pebbles too on one of the donuts. So I chose to get the new one, which is again the strawberry lemonade donut.
Is lemonade.
Okay.
So you can infuse it, but I would move it around. Or you can just drizzle it on top.
Okay.
Or drink it, whatever.
Now, the donut, it's not my favorite kind of donut, but they're fun. All the flavors at Fluffy's are fun. But if you've got kids don't want to have a sophisticated donut. They want to have a fun, super cool donut that's full of colors and flavors and sugar. And that's what Fluffy's is. One thing I noticed on this list is there were like a couple cinnamon buns. I think cinnamon buns might be like the new thing, or new to me as a fair food. So here I am at the Grandma Brown's Cinnamon Rolls stand here at the fair. Before I went to the fair, I looked up the vendors online to see videos and pictures, you know, just to figure out who has the best. And in one of the videos from a few years ago for this cinnamon roll, the cinnamon roll place, they had an interview with the news station, and they said that they used their day-old cinnamon buns to make a bread pudding.
Well, our bread pudding is made from our day-old cinnamon rolls. It's a recipe that's probably been around for 30-some years. It was a dear friend of ours that made bread pudding in a restaurant that she had, and we just kind of adopted the recipe, and now we use our cinnamon rolls that we don't sell the day of, and we use them the next day to make bread pudding, and we sell a lot.
So yeah, this salted caramel cinnamon bun did catch my eye, but really I wanted to try the bread pudding, and you should too. Do you see how excited I am? You really should try this. They put a it's $9. Yes, it's a $9, and I even said, like, how big is that? Because $9 for a cinnamon bun. I'm not Jenny Moneybags, and they said it's a pretty big slice. They picked out a big piece. I mean, I still have it. I mean, it's halfway done, and it still like weighs quite a lot here. It's a big piece, $9. If you get the cream cheese frosting, they add an extra $1 for that. So $10 in total for this day-old cinnamon bread turned into heaven. It's amazing. I am a sucker for a lot of things, including bread pudding.
This is an art. This is an art. There you go.
That looks even better. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. Okay.
Yeah, yum, yum, yum. They've also got the regular cinnamon buns. They've also got cinnamon buns with an almond on top. And I had to go try it at the tractor farm with all the tractors. It is so good. Like, it is dripping. The eggs and the cinnamon bread. It is just, it's heaven. I actually went back and told them that was the best bread pudding I've had, and I'm not lying. But I'm not giving up what exactly is the best bite of the fair. that wasn't like the end of the video. Now, drinks at the fair, there's a lot of stands that have fresh lemonade. They've got tea, iced tea, and I saw a hot chocolate station. Fluffy's has hot chocolate on their banner as well. There's a place to get some Mexican style drinks. A couple places that have fraps there's a root beer float. I think you could get other things like Pepsis and other drinks with the soft serve ice cream as well. Lots of drink options, but I like a good solid cup of coffee. And in the expo hall, there is a coffee cellar. Last year, they were at a specific place in the center of the expo hall, and I think that's their usual spot. However, they weren't there this year because I went looking. I wanted my coffee. It's like $2 for an espresso, $2 for like a regular 12-ounce coffee and hot coffee. They weren't there. And I was so upset of like, oh, they're gone. On my way out, I was leaving out, the GMC trucks. I was like, ooh, what do they got new? And lo and behold, the coffee stand was right next to the exit. I probably walked right by it when I walked in. Yay! So I got to leave with a cup of iced coffee. The iced coffee was $4. I was going to get a frap, but I think they're too sweet. And she asked me what flavor I wanted, and it was just like, no, I don't want the sweetness. So I just got the regular iced coffee. The ladies behind me were also saying that they didn't want something sweet. I think maybe that's the trend we're going towards, is whole foods, the food with the food's flavor, not necessarily all the extra flavors. This coffee stand did have a new drink that I wish I had seen before I placed my order. It is a Fireball inspired coffee. So it's got heat and spice, no alcohol though. The sign does say alcohol free. It's probably pretty good. Now, time for the best bite. It was tough. It was a tough decision. A lot of stuff tastes so delicious. I can't lie. The donuts, the cinnamon buns, a lot of really delicious food. But I have to say that pork belly was good. I think I'm just gonna go off of the pork belly. I think best in show definitely goes to Our New York Kitchen with their dad bod, just based on the pork belly alone. I think it showed the ultimate creativity. I mean, they brought pork belly. No one else brought pork belly. No, nobody. Our New York Kitchen, I'm looking forward to what you bring next year. If you're thinking about bringing some tofu, bring some tofu. I promise I will buy something at your stall next year. But you guys are totally creative and really, really just good, nice people who apparently have like a love for their food. The whole way home, I had extra bacon. I was going to share it with my dogs, and when I got home I was like, nah, that's mine. Well, this has been my experience at the Florida State Fair this year. Eating wise, it was a day of foodie fun. If you get a chance to go to the fair, try lots of food that you can't get at home, that you can't get the rest of the year. Thank you, and hope you have a fun day at the fair. Bye.